than the United States.
Without objection,
Thank you.
The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Georgia for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In an article written by Cecilia Kang of the New York Times back on last week, she reported that for just over 2 years, technology leaders at the forefront of developing artificial intelligence had made an unusual request of lawmakers. They wanted Washington to regulate them. The tech executives warned lawmakers that generative AI, which can produce text and images that mimic human creations, had the potential to disrupt national security and elections and could eventually eliminate millions of jobs. AI could go quite wrong. Sam Altman, the chief executive of OpenAI, testified in Congress in May of 2023. We want to work with the government to prevent that from happening. And so for 2 years, the tech industry, AI creators have been wanting regulation, but now we have a group of 3 lobbyists up here requesting that we not apply any regulations. What has changed, Mrs. Malugjan?
Just for record-keeping purposes, I am not a lobbyist. And
well, I know that you say that you're not, but your funding,
you have to register to be a lobbyist.
Your funding comes from the industry that you're here representing today. But let me move on. The main ingredient for artificial intelligence is data, which allows AI models to learn. Co-President Musk owns an AI company with its chatbot, Grok. And, so there's always the problem of AI companies needing to get a competitive edge, to have more data to train their models. And Co-President Musk is in a unique position now because he also runs the so-called Department of, or DOGE. In the past 2.5 months, Musk's DOGE team has gained access to vast databases at agencies like the Internal Revenue Service and the Social Security Administration, which include our personal information. And just this past weekend, DOGE gained access to the federal personnel payroll system. We know that DOGE has already copied massive amounts of our personal data onto its servers, and using that amount of data to train his AI model would give Co-President Musk a huge edge over his competitors. Now, the administration will tell us that DOGE is being careful with our personal data, but this is the same administration whose national security advisor accidentally invited a journalist to a group chat on a private, unsecured messaging app where the Trump team was discussing war plans and classified information. And it's the same administration that conducted national security business over personal Gmail accounts. This administration has a culture of playing fast and loose with secret and private information. So now, how can we trust Elon Musk with our personal data when he and his AI company have so much to gain from it financially, Mr. Bedoya?
Give a broader answer, if I may. I do think, speaking just as for the FTC, I am very worried about the information the Commission holds getting into the wrong hands. The FTC regularly, as a matter of regular course of business, collects market-sensitive information about competitive strategy, and even top-level information about certain shops being active at certain times could, for a person, but definitely for an AI, be used to generate extremely sensitive inferences about otherwise confidential market activity.
So Elon Musk has his hands around that kind of information. Commissioner, I talked about the dangers of co-president using his personal data, co-president Musk using our personal data to train his AI models, do you also see a threat to consumers? And what would your concerns be about that?
The main thing I think about with the use of data obtained from government agencies being used to train a model, speaking generally, is let's say a mistake is made and data is swallowed up into that model that shouldn't be. 20 years ago, you go into a system and just delete those files. But that's not how these models work now. This is like me saying to you, Congressman, please unlearn my face, right? Good luck with that. It doesn't make any sense. And so I'm obviously oversimplifying a little bit, but it's very difficult to unscramble those eggs. And so I'm worried about competitive information getting into these models and therefore getting into the wrong hands, even if we realize it after the fact. That is definitely a real concern I have.
And those wrong hands are not necessarily in China. They're right here in Doge.
Gentleman's time has
Mr. Chairman.
expired.